Rose in the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it, blinding my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike 49. Let's go, B.
Hey, alert, alert.
You got to step it up.
Check it out, check it. Alert, alert. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Shoot.
Yes.
On first down, Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey, foxtrot.
Tighten up.
Hurry.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Open man, it's Preston Williams. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go. Out. One day. Alert.
They'll look to throw on first down to Josh Rosen. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Give him 30 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Hard. 25, check 25, check 25.
Second down and goal. Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Got it. Watch it. Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, exit. Let's go.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll run it now with Smith. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Back to throw. Bowman. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. On is the Chargers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
At the 44-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not when they're still playing soccer. Y'all play.
To throw is Rosen. And it's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Alert! Hey, Haywood! I don't even know why this team showed up.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Here we go. 49.
Quarter.
49.
Right here. Bravo!
From the gun, it's Rosen. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Charger drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Take it at the 37. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Swift. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
No, check that. We're going to 52 right here. You remember me?
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. Here's Rosen to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
49. Come to my world. 80. Come to my world. 80.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick, But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. On second down now, Swift. And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here we go. Alert, alert.
Rosen from his end zone on 3rd and long. And this is caught. It's Parker. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. An update now from Oakland. The Raiders are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving that.
And he's going to go down again. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Bowman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 3rd down gain of 19.
and there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Off the play fake, Bowman. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, Swift. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen got an open man. It's Washington. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Rosen now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Orbit. 52 by 52. Watch the run. Watch the run. On them on the big side.
Now it's Rosen.
Watch his left.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Rosen on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Ross Dwelly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now the try here for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going.
Check, 43, 61, matchbox, lights.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now it's Smith running right. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off play action. Bowman. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Smooth. Recon, 132 fighter. Check that.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Brings up 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alert. 52, Mike 52. Hey, keep it up. Yes.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bowman eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And able to work his way down to the 16. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Bowman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Allen, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hug.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, high 7.
Rosen will throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Another try after the first down sack. Rosen and an alley to run. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talking about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Go. Let's go. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Doing with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 5.
Throwing again. Bowman. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rosen. Washington's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On first down, Swift. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Rosen to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. To throw is Rosen, buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
No time this, playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I know the switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist. I never switch, ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, just for the that haters, I make a lot of new money, but it's not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist.
pressure on my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Act slick then, hit with the